These audio recordings reflect the private and intimate lives of women who are open to sharing their experiences on the Salon Tales platform. The women who are receiving service in the videos are not the same as the voice recording. The idea is to be entertained while learning a skilled trade. These are, to the speaker's knowledge, true and real experiences.
So do I have your consent to use this audio recording?
You have my consent.
Okay.
Oh gosh, my voice sounds terrible on audio. But anyway, so my girlfriend and I had planned a trip to Jamaica. We were there for 2 weeks. And we stayed at, what was it called? I can't even remember the name of the little resort. That place, I used to stay there all the time. But anyway, there was a security guard there that night when we came in. We arrived at the hotel about 11 o'clock at night. We were tired from traveling all day. My girlfriend wanted to get her little recreational goodies, and we were hungry. And the driver that brought us from the airport said he would take care of us after he dropped off his last passenger. He was going to come back and get us and take us to get what we wanted. Yeah. So the security guard, his name is Jermaine Wilson. I remember him escorting us to our room, and he carried my bags and made sure that we were okay and settled into our rooms.
Aww.
I know, right? And we called the front desk at one point because we noticed our safe wasn't locking properly.
Okay.
So we had to hide our money when we left the hotel, or our valuables. We took all of our money, but like our jewelry and stuff, we hid it. So anyway, Jermaine called into our room to let us know that this gentleman had come back and he was ready to pick us up. So we went out to the front, and we came back and went to our room and went to sleep. So we're just going through our vacation, enjoying ourselves. We run into Jermaine every now and then. I remember one point we came in one night, and he was at the front desk sitting in front of the computer, and he had fallen asleep. And we tapped on the window.
Bothering him in.
And he woke up and he just smiled and laughed. So anyway, a whole week had passed by.
Okay.
And I was out on the beach one morning with my breakfast, and I had befriended 2 women that had worked there at the one worked at the hotel. One was a merchant that planted her stuff there in front of the hotel
so
on the beach.
She was like a vendor.
Mm-hmm. She was a vendor, and she would sell all her little goodies. And so I was out on the front of the beach with them. I had just done my little workout, and I had my breakfast with me.
Okay.
And I was chit-chatting with them, and we were playing music and just having a good old time, just talking about life and whatnot. And Jermaine happened to be out there, and I remember him sitting on the wall.
Okay.
And he was talking to us as well. He was just mainly listening. He was really cool.
So he just really hung around?
He was just sitting there listening, and he would smile. He would giggle sometimes at whatever we were talking about.
Trying to be involved, but not.
I know, because he was working technically, right? And this was his one-day shift that he worked during the week.
Okay.
But he primarily worked midnight shift or night shift. 12-hour night shifts, I think it was.
So that was divine timing.
Exactly. That was divine timing, yes. So the young ladies were asking me what I was planning on doing for the rest of the week, and I was talking about going to this club down the road called the Jungle.
Okay.
But then I was kind of contemplating whether I really wanted to go or not, just because it's a younger crowd, and the guys could be a little aggressive, and sometimes you're just not up for all of that attention.
Absolutely.
And so one of the ladies said, "Oh, Jermaine, why don't you take her?" And so he just kind of smiled and, said, "I could do that."
He already was plotting.
I know, he was already yeah, I could do that. He totally agreed to do it after I had grilled him on his age and told him how young he was, and that I had another girlfriend in mind that I was going to bring to Jamaica for him.
You done made him feel like a baby.
I know. Because he's 12 years younger than me. So, it ended up happening. He ended up taking me to the club down down the road, he was going to originally drive his friend's car. He had made arrangements to get his friend's car, but then his friend had loaned it to someone else, and they wrecked it. So he had to take a taxi back into town to come pick me up, he came to the hotel, and then we actually walked down the road because it wasn't that far. So we walked down the road, and we had a good time. We just talked, we drank, we danced a little bit or whatnot. And then when it closed down, we stopped at one of the barbecue pits.
Okay. Did it feel like a date?
Yeah, it did feel like a date.
That's what I said. Did it feel like, without being like so aware of, this is a date, we're just going out. Was it like a date though?
It felt like a date, and we went on that date on the day that Michael Jackson passed away.
Okay.
Which was June 25th. So I'll never forget it.
Woo, because you got the date down.
I know, because that was the year that he it was big news on the island when, news had came to the island that Michael Jackson passed away. Yeah. People were playing his music all day and all night.
In their respect.
I mean, the T-shirts came out, everything, so I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
June 25th. So, and what year was that? That was 2010. Yeah, 2010. So, no, it was 2009. I'm sorry. It was 2009, June 2009.
Okay.
So then we exchanged phone numbers. We exchanged emails. We became Facebook friends. And we were communicating back and forth. And so when I left, I came home and we would chit-chat every now and then. We'd shoot each other little emails or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I finally took the time to really, have a conversation with him because I was working a lot and I was traveling a lot already. And so I finally took the time out to really listen to him and just decided or came to the conclusion that he sounds like a really nice guy.
Right.
And so I guess I won't be introducing him to my girlfriend. I'm going to just see what happens. I'm going to play this out, see what happens. He seems interested. He seems very nice. I start asking him about his family. He told me he had 2 children. So he gave me the whole backstory with them and where they were living and what he was